show of Let's Talk Wrestling. Whatever done we do. Big Joe again. How you doing, man? All right, so now we back in the building. You see the shirt. Young Bucks, and we're only going to talk about one topic here today. Let's get to it. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I tell you what, Joe, it's good to have you back. It's good to see you again. And I mean, I tell you what, it's been absolutely crazy the last couple of months. I know you saw the show the last time because I saw you commenting on it. But I mean, it's been 3 months. Actually, folks, I was wrong last week. It hasn't been 7 weeks. It's been 12 weeks since we last uploaded a show. It's been 12 weeks ago. 3 months that you've seen this combination right here.
Beautiful, beautiful mug right here, baby.
I mean, it's been great. A lot of things have happened, but let's cut straight to the chase right now. I mean, so I don't know if you've heard or you've seen or you here and there. It's everywhere, man. Roman Reigns shoots on the Young Bucks. He has an opinion about the Young Bucks. He has this thing about the Young Bucks. And it's just like, I don't understand why he said the things he said. So have you heard anything about it, Joe?
No, man, just pretty much what you had informed me on, how he was saying that he wanted everyone to come to be original, and the Young Bucks throwing up the Wolfpack sign and all that stuff, that's old school, and that's the past. But I don't know, when I saw that, to me, my opinion, I thought that was a bunch of crap, you know. I mean, Roman Reigns, you know, okay, I don't know if he's paying his dues, you know, he's fighting the battle, but for him to go and say stuff like that when under the company that he's under, you know, you're bringing back Shelton Benjamin and you know, you're bringing all these old school guys who are trying to repeat what already happened. It's not even original anymore, you know. And then of course he got back with, you know, the Shield, and I thought that was real lousy the way they brought them back together. I thought it was whack. You know, they could have done a whole different approach of bringing them back together, making it actually look real good. But no, I mean, the comment that he had said, I thought that was pretty stupid. Of course, the whole legal battle between Vince McMahon and the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes is pretty stupid, but you're the expert on that, man, so let us have it.
I mean, apparently, on a radio interview, Roman Reigns was on a radio interview, so I don't even know if he was even actually there at the radio station or he was just via satellite. But they asked him, what is his take on the whole Young Bucks thing and the whole club thing? The club thing. But I mean, he says that apparently he needs, like you said, everybody to be original. But he states in his comments, and it's not coming from me, it's not coming from Joe, it's not even coming from the world, it's coming from Roman Reigns, saying that he doesn't need a group of guys running around throwing up the Too Sweet sign like 15 years ago, like DX members. Saying that everybody needs to be original, that he needs Kevin Owens to be Kevin Owens, Bray Wyatt to be himself, Dean Ambrose to be Ambrose, Rollins to be Rollins. Okay, we get it. I understand that. So, first things first, I'm just going to go ahead and say that whole thing that happened with Vince McMahon and the whole Raw invasion, yes, it happened with them 15 plus years ago. We know that when they invaded WCW and stuff like that, and okay, I get it. So they
bring back WCW.
So we understand they try to recreate history, but I don't even think it was for trying to recreate history. I think it was all just fun and games, and Vince McMahon, he took it personal. So he sent a cease and resist letter to the Young Bucks saying they cannot use the Too Sweet. So at this time, Joe, let's throw up the Too Sweet sign right now.
Too sweet.
And Vince McMahon, go ahead and send me my legal stuff as well. If you're trying to sue everybody, then go ahead and sue me on this goddamn show. Because as far as I'm concerned, you're just mad because you didn't create the club and you have no ties with the club and you're not making any profits or any revenue off the club. That's why you're hating on the club and everybody in it. But yet it's so ironic that you have club members in your company, especially the two co-founders of the club with Carl Anderson and Finn. Explain that, but explain that later. But
I also want Roman to explain where did he come up with the idea that DX was the founders of the Too Sweet sign.
The Too Sweet sign. Everybody knows it was the NWO. I mean, come on, man. I mean, this guy right here, when I was sitting back in the Attitude Era, I was on the whole WWF Attitude Era. He was on the other show. He was on that Nitro night. He got to see that.
Nitro.
He got to see all those Nitro girls when I was over here not seeing shit. I mean, he was WCW all the way. World Championship Wrestling. I mean, so with that, man, Joe, I mean, explain that. Explain the whole Too Sweet thing to Roman Reigns. Not to the fans or to the universe, but to Roman Reigns. Explain the history in between the two, because apparently he thinks it came from the Attitude Era on WWF.
Actually, they were both on at the same time, the DX and NWO, but it was the original Outsiders, not Wolfpack yet. It was the Outsiders, which is Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, who actually came up with the Wolfpack sign and the Too Sweet. Then they added Hogan, then they added X-Pac, and the rest goes on and on. But it wasn't DX. DX, well, they weren't the founders of the Suck It sign either. It was actually a joint thing that happened because of apparently the members that were in NWO and DX, they were also known as
the Clique.
And with the Clique, so they were all friends and still are today, and they all did the Suck It thing. So as they separated, they were both doing it at the same time, but DX was not throwing up the Wolfpack sign. That belonged to the NWO, and that's history right there.
That's his. So Roman Reigns, you need everybody to be original. Okay. Were you original? Because as far as I'm concerned, you now saying this is your yard. That's the catchphrase you took from The Undertaker.
Yeah.
How is that original? You haven't even changed your outfit. You still look like a Shield member ever since the Shield split up. You never changed your outfit.
Theme.
You never even changed your theme song. All you did was you cut out the first half of the Shield and you kept everything else the same. I can't say that for Seth Rollins and Ambrose, because they changed their song, they changed their look, and they became champions on their own.
Well put.
What happened to you?
Got your ass kicked by Braun Strowman.
You got your ass whipped by Braun Strowman. You got choked out by Samoa Joe. You got your ass handed to you when you took a trip all the way down to Suplex City. Yeah. I mean, come on, man. I mean, you had no chance in hell. I'm even gonna go to the point where it's just like this, Roman Reigns. You weren't even supposed to be in the Shield. You know that. You or your friends or your partners, it was CM Punk that created the Shield. It was supposed to be Ambrose, Rollins, and Ono. Not you, Roman Reigns. Not you. So, Another dude gets famous off another dude's spot, and now he thinks he's somebody. I'm thinking because he's a cousin of The Rock.
Yeah. The Rock, the people who are related to Rock seem to be getting a lot of pushes, man.
Exactly. The Usos, they're tag team champions. Roman Reigns, he gets what he wants. I mean, obviously he beat The Undertaker and John Cena.
Yeah.
They passed him the torch. It's been official that you're now the face of the WWE now because John Cena's headed on out. So do you feel that makes you and gives you the right to talk about the Young Bucks and what you feel should happen or what you feel should go? Because apparently, I mean, that's how you feel now. That's how I see it. That's how you feel.
I don't know. Maybe he's just scared because maybe if any of those guys actually went to WWE, they'd outpass him in talent.
Exactly. I mean, or he's probably just mad because he has to work on Christmas Day and they don't have to. No, that was too sweet. I mean, we've been about. I mean, I can't say we. He brought me along. He has been about the NWO. He was riding with the NWO when they showed up as the outsiders.
For life.
To when they became the NWO, to every WWEF superstar that went on to become famous because of the NWO. Ted DiBiase, Virgil, Mr. Perfect, Scott Steiner. I mean, the list goes on and on. I don't ever remember seeing people jump ship over the WWF Attitude Era and trying to be in VX. No. Their members stayed the same. All the way through and all the way out. I mean,
Well, actually, they got Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg.
The New Age Outlaws. Okay, so you got the Road Dogg and it's the ass man. I mean, he was the ass man.
They did get X-Pac. Oh, shit.
Technical difficulties.
That was a call from Roman Reigns.
I thought it was the Shield. Oh my God! He came to Superman punch me.
Like, oh man, I'm gonna get the blackout.
He flew all the way down. Oh man, that was hilarious. I mean, so as we get back on it, if you haven't subscribed to the Elite subscription on YouTube, which is it's the Young Bucks with Kenny. If you haven't seen the episode they dropped down on their podcast like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, you need to watch it. It's the one I was telling you about. He couldn't even climb on the table when all he had to do was just put one leg down and he was on the floor. But it was
Somebody help me!
Somebody get me down from here. And his arm could touch the ground if he wanted to. I mean, those guys are crazy. But I mean, it just. If you watch that episode, he kind of brings up the whole situation that happened on the Raw Invasion. And he kind of explains it in the most funny thing, in which I know that was intended for WWE, that they took a few shots at them. So it's just like, and I have a lot of respect for some of those guys in the club because because they're doing great things, Joe. They're doing a lot of great things. I mean, a first prime example, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
In which he's not even called Cody Rhodes. He can't even have his own last name.
Thanks to Vince.
Exactly.
But I mean, I think it's pretty interesting how people who are actually doing really bad in WWE jump ship and end up going to New Japan and they become superstars, man.
Exactly.
And who did they just add? Or who are they adding now?
Oh, they're about to add, because if y'all hadn't seen on Monday, Neville from the Cruiserweight walked out on Raw right before the show started. because he didn't agree with the script writing or what was happening in his storyline. So the Young Bucks tweeted on their Twitter at Neville WWE, and it had a shirt of the club, and it was just like, I would love to see Neville in
The Bullet Club.
in the club, because I mean he used to fight in New Japan
Yeah.
back in the day, and then when he jumped ship to come over to the WWE, I mean, and he had a great run.
He's really good.
He's super good. Not only that, he's an amazing high flyer.
Yeah.
For him to be all stout and everything, he's an amazing high flyer, and I would love to see him in the club only because of the fact that it's stars like him that can shine even brighter on the outside scene, on the independent scene, on the indie scenes.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter if he's in ROH. It doesn't matter if he's in New Japan. Just him in the club doing his high flying. Could you imagine a triple tag team champion with the club and Neville as ROH triple tag team champions?
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome, man. Another thing I wanted to add to is it's kind of funny how anybody who is involved in the NWO/Bullet Club that ends up going to WWE, they destroy their careers there. I mean, you have Finn Balor, but look at him now. Who's he fighting? He lost. He had to give up his Universal belt, and now he's fighting, nobodies,
Yeah, he's not even fighting for no gold. He's not even fighting for anything.
Then there's
Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows.
Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson is like Tony said, one of the original founders of the Bullet Club, and look where they're at. They're losing to all these.
They're losing to all these tag teams in which they've held tag team championships all over the world.
And then there's
AJ
Styles, who just recently lost to the Lone Wolf. He already lost the belt. He tried getting it back, lost. He tried to go for another belt, can't even get that anymore. They're all going downhill, man.
And now they just signed to NXT about a month and a half ago or so, Adam Cole. I mean, Adam Cole is still on NXT, and he's set to become the new NXT World Heavyweight Champion. But, I mean, it's one thing to have a championship in NXT. It's one thing to actually hit the main roster.
Yeah.
And become somebody. I mean, and it's just Adam Cole's another one. So, I mean, and you got all these new top recruits headed down to WWE that, I mean, your favorite.
Yeah, Prince Puma, a.k.a. Ricochet, is going to NXT, so I'm hoping he blows up there because he was pretty badass in Lucha Underground. So, I mean, there's a lot of good wrestlers that is in Lucha Underground that need to get picked up, man. I mean, either that or Lucha needs to
start expanding.
It needs to expand. I mean, it'd be cool if they keep the small venue, but just, I don't know, tour or go to a different station where they'll get more views, airtime and stuff.
Airplay.
Because they have some. I mean, to me, it reminds me of a WCW wrestling organization. I mean, they have a great talent. The fighting there is so raw, and it's awesome, man. And they need to other companies need to start recruiting from them, or like I said, Lucha needs to blow up somehow, man.
Yeah, and I mean, you got all these amazing superstars, but I mean, it's just sad to see them go to the WWE. And I'm a fan, so don't think that I'm not a fan of the WWE. It's just sad to see these superstars go and then they become nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
or they fall in between the cracks.
They say that WWE is the place to be for a wrestler, but this guy can have a huge fan base where he's at and end up going to WWE, and they just destroy his whole career, man.
They try to change their look, their image, their storyline, the way they do everything, and then there it goes.
I mean, look what happened with your boy Enzo and Big Cass.
Enzo and Cass.
Look where Cass is at.
He's still hurt on the injured list.
And Cass was actually the talent.
He was the talent, and
Enzo was the
Enzo.
mouth, but I mean, I don't know. I think they played it the wrong way. I mean, they should have concentrated more on Cass. Work on his game, give him a better gimmick, and they could have made Enzo his manager, man.
And not only that, I mean, they just repackaged the Wyatt family again. Luke Harper and Rowan. You saw that?
Yeah, that's
They gave them a new look and a new gimmick. I mean, they won't ever escape the Wyatt family thing. They'll always be associated with the Wyatt family thing only because they still keep the same. Now they're called what? The Bloodstones or
yeah.
the Blood?
They look like
Vikings.
no, they look like dwarves from
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings type of shit, dude.
Oh.
But you know who Enzo would remind me of? He would be the next Bobby Heenan, dude.
And he achieved greatness.
A lot of greatness. I think
He
should
was
become.
the weasel. He was everything.
I think he should become a manager, then end up just becoming a commentator, man. I mean, I think he'd be great. He talks all kinds of crap. He's got great mic skills. I think he'd be a great manager, man.
Manager.
And that's what they should have put him as. I mean, and then work on Big Cash. Like I came up with the idea a while back, a couple of shows ago, that I think the Undertaker should have passed the torch, like they do with the Grim Reaper. The story is when the Grim Reaper ends up retiring, he finds somebody to replace him. They should do that with the whole Undertaker gimmick. I think that'd be great.
They fucked that when they had to fight Roman Reigns.
Yeah. So I mean, I honestly think
This
that.
is my yard.
Yeah, I honestly think Big Cass, if you change, color his hair and just give him the whole Undertaker gimmick, I think he can roll with the ball, man. He's got the height. He's young.
6'11".
Yeah, he's 7 feet.
He's 7 foot tall.
And you can't teach that. But yeah, man, and you just give him the whole Undertaker hat and stuff, and the coat, the gear, and I think he'd be a great new Undertaker, man.
And I mean, there's a lot of great things, but I mean, I think at the end of the day, it's just what do you do? What do you do to make something happen? What do you do to make something new? And I know we had a show about the writers and stuff like that. And apparently, one of the writers got fired from that club Invasion and Raw in LA because some of his friends are in the club, which are the Young Bucks and Marty Scurll and all those guys. He goes outside, takes a selfie, he posts it on his Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter and all of that. WWE sees it, fires him that same day.
That's crazy, man.
After 15 years in the business, you just get cut like that.
You know what club I think never actually separated or went anywhere? It's still there. It's just hidden. The Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club. Because apparently you need to kiss Vince McMahon's ass in order to get anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Roman Reigns is one of them.
Roman Reigns. I mean, look at You Suck. Kurt Angle came back.
Kurt Angle came back.
Daniel Bryan
is still there, and I think another one that should be added to the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club is what's his face? I just had his name. I forgot. Wow, I was about to say his name when
The Rock.
You said Angle. No, I forgot, but a lot of people should be in that Kiss My Ass Club. And
you're talking about Kevin Owens?
No, not Kevin Owens. I forgot. But if I think of it, I'll let y'all know.
In the next show.
The next show, if anything. But yeah, man, I mean, it's still... Shoot, man, I mean, it's just... I don't understand how and why Roman Reigns would say those type of comments. And it's coming from a guy that... And I know we're going to get a lot of heat for this because he has a lot of fans out there as well. But I'm thinking he's just upset because of the fact is that, I mean, it's taken away from the company.
Yeah.
It's taken away from where he works. People are starting to wear Bullet Club shirts to WWE live events. And I know they can say, oh, it's only because Finn Balor works for him, or where Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson work for him and stuff like that, and AJ Styles too. But I think at the end of the day, I think WWE and Roman Reigns are starting to understand that there is a club out there is a faction out there is a stable out there that's doing great things, because they've tried to create a lot of stables since then, and to this day, the only stable that they have is the Shield.
Yeah.
And he's a part of the Shield. So it's just, I could see why he feels threatened. I could see why he feels that if something huge does happen, I mean, come on. I mean, who doesn't like the club?
And another thing that you had mentioned that I thought would be pretty cool is if actually Finn Balor starts his own club, the Balor Club, or what was it called?
Yeah, that.
The Balor Club.
Yeah.
And put him, get
Doc Gallows and Carl
Doc Gallows and what's his name from SmackDown?
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. And
that's 4 members that used to be in the club.
Yeah, and just start up a different club.
Actually, get those 4 members and bring in the 5th member that they just signed from NXT, Adam Cole.
Adam Cole.
And put him back. But I think Adam Cole wants to get away from that. Mm. I think he wants to be
Well, I mean, I'm not saying like start another like a WWE version of the Bullet Club. Start like just a whole different...
Well, that's what WWE almost did with Finn Balor. And it was called...
Undisputed?
Undefeated?
Mm.
No. I'm like, Bulletproof.
Bulletproof.
Yeah.
See, I mean, that's almost the same thing.
Bulletproof.
I mean, if Vince McMahon wants to do something original, come on, man. That's like Bulletproof, Bullet Club. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah.
It's part of my language. But, you know, if you want to come original, come on, man. Think of something different, man. I mean, you're copying the same shit that's out there, trying to make money out of that, you know.
And I think that's why he got offended, was because of the fact that he's still saying now, Vince is saying that they're making money off of a hand signal that is his, but yet you want to create a new faction with old members that are now working for you and call them Bulletproof.
Yeah, man.
I mean, come on. Everybody knows if he started up the whole Bulletproof thing, everybody knows. And he made a fucking shirt that day. Everybody in the WWE would buy. I would buy that shirt. I'm not going to lie. But I mean, it's just, come on. Who wouldn't love to have the Shield out there, whoever the hell ever, and have Finn Balor walk out there along AJ Styles, along Adam Cole, and Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson? How badass would that be? Because and them all throwing up the 2 sweets because they're able to, because they work for the WWE.
Yeah.
So it's just like, how badass would that look? Because apparently, supposedly, I heard through sheets and stuff in there that the Shield is going to add a 4th member. They don't know who, but they're looking to add a 4th member, and it's going to be a guy. Maybe now you should bring Ono, the original Shield member. Right. But I mean, and they thought about having them feud with new.
Oh my God! Didn't you say CM Punk was coming back?
Man, CM Punk, he's very good friends with the Young Bucks. He's super good friends, man. I would love to see CM Punk join the goddamn club.
No, but I'm saying, he's also the creator of the Shield.
Yeah.
So what if he's the 4th member?
Dude, I never thought about that, man. He could be the 4th member and the leader.
Yeah.
Of the Shield, because he created the Shield. He thought about it. He wrote it. He sent the pitch over to Vince McMahon, and they okayed it. And ever since then, it was like amazing.
You know, it'd be cool. What if WWE? I just thought of that too. I think that'd be pretty cool if WWE had an open invitation to people, to the public, to write. Send in your what you think would be a good storyline,
Yeah.
and they'll read over them and they'll announce. They don't have to announce the winner, but they'll
If yours get chosen, you get 2 free tickets
To
on
WrestleMania.
all. Yes, and all access pass, and say we're gonna use your script. We just need you to sign it over, saying it's ours now.
that'd
we're
be
not.
cool. Man.
We're not gonna give you any money for it, but we're gonna give you
access to all the pay-per-view events.
to all the pay-per-view events. Well, they probably won't do all the pay-per-view. WrestleMania will pay for your hotel,
Backstage
airfare,
passes.
backstage pass. You get all the merchandise you want, and if we create a shirt, you get one personally.
That'd be cool. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, it's to create a new faction. I mean, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I think at the end of the day, who's being original about all of this? Who?
And the whole thing about you have to be original. I don't care if you try to bring back an old gimmick, but do it in style or do it, raw, man. Something that like oh shoot, that was pretty cool. They brought him back.
Yeah.
Like the way they did when they brought back the Shield, that was so predictable. It was so lame. It sucked.
Rumors.
Yeah, don't try to.
We said they were rumors.
Yeah.
And then they walk out.
Yeah,
But you showed it that following week on Raw that they're all standing together and shaking their head yes and just looking at each other. Like we didn't know they were gonna come out next Monday.
Yeah, but you have these people writing stupid like the guys that were in the ones that said we said they're like dwarves now.
Harper
and stuff.
Yeah.
Come on, what is that, dude?
I don't even know what kind of gimmick that is. They look like Vikings here to me
And
with the hoodie, with that huge old sledgehammer and stuff, and they look but yet they still cut the promo like the Wyatt family with the black background and the smoke and the light. Face it, you want a new vet, tell him to shave the beard. Cut his hair. Repackage them completely. They're gonna come back in the tag team division in what?
That gimmick that they got now, they look like jobbers. Like they're just gonna be around so people can get their ass kick their ass and stuff and move up.
Yep.
Like they're the step ladder to that's what they look like to me, dude. They're the new one-man gang type of shit, dude. It's lame. It was lame. They look crap.
Shit! God damn it! Roman Reigns is in the house.
The Shield. Shit.
Sierra Hotel. Excuse the technical difficulties. I mean, we haven't had a show in 3 months.
And we're still under construction.
Yeah, apparently, if y'all can still see, nothing on the walls anymore. Nothing on the walls. Nothing on the walls. Everything's on the floor. Say what's up, Joe?
What's going on, man?
Man, up close. Up close, man. Young Bucks all day, man. I support you guys all day. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Joe, as we wrap this up, we've been on the air live for 33 minutes. We're going on 34. And we're going to go Facebook Live after this because it looks like I'm going to start doing a raffle, something out for free. If y'all can help me out. I think that idea I told you looks like I'm going to get something away. I probably might give away a loose figure, a Rey Mysterio.
Hey.
Hey, man, I have like 1,000 of them.
All right.
Yeah. But I mean, so I think that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I'm going to do.
If we can get 100...
If we can get 100 likes
100
on
likes.
this YouTube channel and 100 likes, if we can do 100 likes, look for us on Facebook. We'll give you our Facebook information. And then you send us an inbox of your name and your address, and I will be personally happy to send it off. And you have to friend us on Facebook so that you can take a picture with it and you can tag us in it and say, look at what I got. I got a loose figure of Rey Mysterio. But I mean, only if this if this show, not all the shows, only if this show right here can get 100 likes, you get a free Rey Mysterio loose figure. I have a lot of them too. So
That's just too sweet.
that
man.
is too sweet, man. And not only that, last but not least, to end off this show, Joe, what are your thoughts on the club?
The Bullet Club?
Yeah. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Are they imitations? Are they not good? What are your thoughts on the club? Because apparently Roman Reigns says he doesn't need guys running around throwing up too sweet signs and blah, blah, blah. So what's your thought on this whole situation on the club? Like, what are your thoughts on the club?
Well, my thoughts on the club. And this is being totally honest here. I was a huge fan, and I still am, of the NWO, Hogan, Nash, and Hall. You know, the three H's, baby. You know, and no, not three H's, but H and H. And I actually thought, you know, the whole idea of the Bullet Club is just an extension of the NWO, and I think they're doing a great job. They're actually getting a lot more fan base and a lot more what do you call it? Whether people are noticing them, what's the word I'm looking for?
They're they're fan base.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff.
they're growing in popularity and
Yeah,
stuff, and
yeah.
you know they actually have shirts on
At your local Hot Topic
Hot
store.
Topic, you know,
And I bought this at Hot Topic.
you know, and I think they're doing a good job, you know, since it was National Hall that gave them their blessing to throw up the Wolfpack sign and for life, and they're doing a great job. They're recruiting people who are
Top
doing
members.
yeah, they're recruiting people who are doing very horribly in WWE, and when they get to the club, they blow up, and I think that's fucking awesome, man. And I want them to keep trucking on, man. I want them to keep fucking recruiting and kicking ass, you know. And I guess if no hard feelings if Vince McMahon actually hires one of the members because they're doing so good to go to WWE. Hey, you know, more power to you. But you know, I think the club's awesome, man. The club's
Okay.
awesome.
And I think here for me as well, I'm for 100% for the club, man. Bullet Club all day. Only because of the fact is that they remind me a lot of the NWO, but just like Joe said, they've already got their blessings from Scott Hall and Kevin Nash that it was okay. There's a thing on YouTube where Dog Gallows and Kevin Nash actually too sweet each other
That's awesome.
at an event. If you've ever watched the WWE Network and you have the table for three when it was Shawn Michaels, Kevin Nash, and AJ Styles. AJ Styles had even asked Kevin Nash, is it cool with you guys that we're throwing up the too sweet? And it's on the WWE Network and on that table for three, just like you saw. He said it's cool because he said, Kevin Nash said it was great, it was awesome because they weren't a bunch of nobodies. There were top brand stars that were in the club doing great things. I mean, from Finn Balor to AJ Styles, to Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson, and to the rest of the gang, and even to the new club now that you got the Young Bucks, you got Kenny Omega, the Cleaner, you
Marty
even
Scurll.
have Marty Scurll, the villain, and you even have the American Nightmare Cody. I can't say Rhodes because that's not his last name anymore.
Kenny Omega, man, he's awesome. He's
great. They even have their own YouTube thing where they have their own thing. So if you haven't subscribed on their channel, please subscribe on their channel. I just like what they're doing. I like the whole too sweet thing. I like the whole suck it thing too. I mean, they're all over. The group is so big and they're so massive that.
we gotta go.
Why is that?
Time's running out, baby.
Okay, so with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and end it off like this. Young Bucks, don't worry about Roman Reigns and all his hating. I support you guys in the club. We'll always be Bullet Club fans, and that's for life. with that said, we're gonna throw up the too sweet Vince McMahon, and if you don't like that, you can go ahead and sue us both. Here we go.
Pop on that switch, baby.
So until then, we'll see you later. We'll see you soon. Facebook Live, we're coming straight for you.
That was a good show, man.
It was a good show.
Did y'all like the show?
If you haven't subscribe. You hear the Deftones, one of my favorite bands. You see the tattoo right there. Until then, we'll see you later.
You want that action figure? You need to like us, baby.
You need to like us, 100 likes on this channel. Until then, we'll see you then. We'll see you later. And that right there is Club Style.